So good morning everyone. From today we'll be starting technical part. So in technical part we'll be starting from HTML. So I'll share the screen. So we'll be starting from HTML. I'll share my screen. So everyone are able to see my screen, right? Guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So now you need a editor where you have to code. So the editor what I'm going to recommend you guys is VS Code. So if you don't have any editor, so I think if you have started, you would have been used WordPad, Notepad plus plus, right? So go for VS Code. VS Code download for Windows. You just click on this on the tab. So this is the thing what you are going to see when you have typed VS Code download for Windows. Hope everyone's systems are Windows. The operating system what you use is Windows. So here you click on Visual Studio Code. Download Visual Studio Code Mac, Linux and Windows. So once you click on to that, this is what. So based on your OS, if your operating system is Mac, you can click on to this. So majority of the people will be using Windows. So click on Windows, which is compatible for Windows 8, 10 and 11. But it is not supported to Windows 7. So if your operating system is Windows 7, please update it. So once you do this, it gets downloaded here. If you can see at the corner on your left side bottom, it gets downloaded. I will stop, but you guys let the download complete and then click onto it. Then it will ask for one or two permissions, so that you want to create an icon of it, a shortcut to open on your desktop. You click on yes. So once you do that, this is how your Visual Studio Code looks like on your desktop after downloading. And then yesterday I have created one folder, right? I'll just delete it. Now on your desktop you create one folder. So I'll go here and I'll create a folder and give the folder name whatever you want to give. So I'll write HTML examples. So this is my folder name. Okay. And now, like, once you install VS Code, right, if you click on a folder, right click, it will give you the option of open with code. Like while installing, it will ask one or two questions, like you want a shortcut and you want this to be like open to a folder. Click on yes there. Like if you guys have not seen that and if you don't get this thing like open with code, that is fine. Open with, like, I'm going to show you like two ways how you can open. Right click it and you can click on open with code. So this time this folder will be opened in VS Code. So this is how you are going to start. Look here, the folder name will be on the left side of the VS Code. Look here, HTML examples. The folder is here. It has been opened with VS Code. This is one way. So sometimes while you are installing VS Code, you might have been forgotten to create a shortcut or to make it a folder to open with. So at that time, what you can do is, VS Code, you have this HTML examples folder. Now I'm going to show you if there is open with code is not present, how you can do it. So I'll close the VS Code. Now when you have this folder, right, when you right click, if there is no open with code, all you can do is just open VS Code first. And in VS Code you cannot open a particular file, you should open it with a folder. So open VS Code. Look here, it is already there. Like, just assume it is not there, you have opened the editor. You go for file, if you click on file, it will show open folder, right? Click on to this open folder, then select this HTML examples. I'm telling you, assume it is not there. So these are all the two ways how you can open your folder in VS Code. So still, if you are struggling to get it right, please do text in the group, will help you out. So here you have this HTML examples, right? Click onto it and select folder, it will open. Okay, this is the second way to open your folder with VS Code. Now coming back, we shall start with HTML. Now you have this folder which is empty. Create a file. This is a folder. Create a file. Click onto the first one. So here you can write first page dot HTML. So when you are creating a HTML file, you have to use the extension of .html. If you don't use the extension of .html with the file name, then it would be considered as an HTML file. So keep this in mind. Whatever the page name you are going to give, end it with an extension that is .html. So HTML is nothing but it stands for hypertext markup language. So as I said yesterday, we have our own course content, right? So let me open it. So this link will be shared in the group, you can go through this. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language. HTML is a standard markup language for creating a web page. So we use this HTML to create web pages. HTML describes the structure of a web page, like how a web page to be structured. That can be done with HTML. HTML consists of series of elements. I will let you know what these elements and all these things are. Then elements tell the browser how to display the content. The elements what you are going to use, those elements will help you to display the content on the web page. The elements label pieces of content such as this is a heading, this is a paragraph, this is a link, etc. So you have this doc type HTML, HTML, head, title, body, H1P. Okay, I'll start with the technical part now. So in this HTML file, the first thing what you have to do is you have to open this arrow keys. Right after M keyword in your keyboard, right there you will be having this arrow keys. So on the left arrow key, after that you have to write doc type HTML. Look, why you should start with this? This will make your HTML file as you are using HTML5. That's the version what you are using. So doc type HTML refers to that you are using HTML5. Then I told you about tags, right? Opening and closing tag. You have to write HTML, then close the tag. So this VS Code will help you with opening and closing tags. Okay, once you write this, automatically it will end it with a closing tag. Now with this HTML, click on to the middle. So inside this opening and closing tag, you have to write whatever the code you want to write in a web page, like the structure it says, right? To structure a web page, this is how you have to do. And inside this HTML, you have this head part, right? HEAD, head, opening and closing you have. After head, you write body, 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 opening and closing tag, and then you have script. So script, I'm just explaining you that it's a tag, but we'll be using this a lot when we start with JavaScript. But I'm giving you an idea like how to structure a web page. So look here, I'll be sharing the recorded video. So just focus on how I just structured it. You have to write doc type HTML, that is the first thing. This is just a single tag, no opening and closing tags, a single tag. Then you have this HTML, okay, opening and closing tag. Inside this you will be using head, opening and closing tag, body, opening and closing tag, script. So I told you about CSS, right? The CSS part, like it can be described in three ways: inline, internal and external. We will be styling the web page from this head part. Like not only styling, it contains metadata. Metadata means extra information about your web page. This body tag, whatever the thing that you are going to write inside this body tag will be displayed in the browser. This script tag, this is completely of JavaScript. So once when we complete HTML, CSS, will be starting JavaScript, right? At that point you will get to know what are the JavaScript code you have to write. You should be writing inside the script. And now, as I told, inside the body tag, whatever you write, it is going to render in the web page. So here I'm going to write, I'll just simply write welcome everyone, hope you are having a great day. Okay, now how to make this code to run on the browser, whether you are using Microsoft Edge, Chrome or anything. How to make this run? So here on the VS Code on the left side you have these 5 icons. Click on to the last icon. This is like a marketplace where you can install whatever you needed in your VS Code. So you need a server to make this run. So click on here and type live server. Live server. So if you click on live server, like there will be n number of options, but use the one which is showing like a hotspot, like a Wi-Fi icon. If you see, right, live server, and the icon is this. Look at here, like a Wi-Fi or a hotspot, it looks like here, right? You click on to this, and for me it is showing uninstall. For you guys, when you click on to it, it will show install. Click on install. Okay, so once you install it, go for your file, then you right click on your file. It will show open with live server. Click on to this, open with live server. Look here, as I said, welcome everyone, hope you are having a great day. So what you have coded there, you got to display it out here. So now we shall start, and if you can see, the text is looking very small over here because I have not used any tags like or any elements. So we shall go through this. The doc type declaration defines that the document is an HTML5. As I said before, it describes the HTML5. And then you have HTML element is the root element of an HTML page. So everything that has been written will be inside of this HTML opening and closing tag. So this will be the root element of an HTML page. And then you have the head element contains meta information about your HTML page. Like this head element, right, opening and closing, it contains metadata, means extra information of your web page. What is that extra information? You shall come and look here. Look here, you have 127 like an IP address, the server address is showing, and the first page of HTML. This is the file name. If you look here, first page.html, this is the file name. But if you look at here of a website, it's showing Bitstream app. For Google Meet, it is showing Meet. For WhatsApp, it is showing WhatsApp. Why for me it is showing like this? We can change it. So how? The metadata is in head tag, right? In opening and closing tag of this head tag, write title, opening and closing tags, title. So now here in the title, just add what you want to give your page. I'll write my web page. So if you look now, look, the page has been changed. And when you open a Flipkart, it shows like Flipkart, right? You can write it as a Flipkart. Flipkart. it will be showing here as a Flipkart. So as I said, head tag will contain the metadata of your web page. And now icon, for Bitstream it is showing BS, and for Meet it is showing a Google icon, for WhatsApp a WhatsApp icon. So now I have a Flipkart here. How can I add a Flipkart logo here? That also you can do with head tag. So what you can do is, you have to use a link tag. So when it comes to tags, right, you have this opening and closing tag. There are some tags which are self-closing tags. So link tag is one of the self-closing tag. Look here, opening and closing tag, like most of the HTML elements, these are called nothing but elements. Title element, body element, script element, like this, these are all nothing but elements. Okay, and some of the elements have opening and closing tags, and some elements are self-closing tags. These are also called as empty tags. What are empty tags? Tags which are self-closing are called empty tags. So here I need to add an icon. Look, observe here, I am writing this inside head, opening and closing tag. I have written the title. Now I am trying to add a logo, and inside this I'll be using two attributes. So if inside a tag, if you are writing anything, that will be called as attributes. Okay, so I have a two attributes, rel and href, relation and href. Okay, inside a tag, if you are writing anything, that if you are like assigning anything, these are called attributes. You'll get to know more about it going on. So here I have to give the relation. What is its relation? Relation will be icon. Now you have to give the href. I have to look for a logo now. So what is the folder name? HTML examples is the folder name. I'll just go there and I will open my folder. I'll just drag and drop a image. Look here, there is no image for now here. There is no image, there is only one file. Look, I'll close and open. I'll just as a HTML file. Now here I will open that folder, which is HTML examples. Yeah, look here, there is only one thing, that is first page file. Now I will go for the Google and I'll take a Flipkart logo. I'll just type Flipkart logo over here. Look, you got this logo here. So I have to make this logo to display here. So I'll drag and drop to my folder. Look, only first page it was over there. Now I got this Flipkart logo, which is a PNG. Now I will change the name. I will change it to as logo. I'll just give the name as logo. I just dragged and dropped. Now if I open my VS Code, look, you got this logo here. Look, that will be of a Flipkart. Look here, you got this logo. Now you have this image which is for a logo. Here I'm going to write what is the name of that logo, logo.png. Look here, VS Code will help me with this, like what are the file you have with this name. So I'll click onto it. I will save it. If I open here with the Flipkart, look now. Can you guys see the logo here? Guys, can you see the logo over here, Flipkart logo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So like this, whatever the extra information, this is like an extra information of your web page, like more information, extended information. We call it as a metadata, more information, right? That will be done with the head tags. Okay. So this head tag will contain extra information of your web page. And here this body tag will render everything in the web page. From here to here, what you want to do, that can be done with the body tags. And then you have scripts. Like I'll just give an introduction. So when you enter into your web page, it will show an alert, right? Welcome. So that thing I have to write here, JavaScript code. This is alert. This is a JavaScript code. Look here, if I write this alert inside the body, it won't work. It should be inside script. And I'll say welcome to my web page. So I will save this. So now if I go there, look, this is JavaScript. Welcome to my web page. Once you click onto this, it is going to show, look, welcome to my web page. Now it is going to allow me into the web page. So this is JavaScript to make your web page dynamic. You will learn more about it when I start JavaScript. Like this is a introduction. So I'll just remove the script tag. I'm just showing you the structure of an HTML thing. A web page, a structure of a web page. I'm showing you how it is going to be. So JavaScript, I'll just erase it for now. You just have to focus about body, what you want to display in the web page, and then head tag to add metadata of your web page. Now we shall get back to the part what it was saying. The title elements are title for an HTML page, which is shown in the browser's title bar. Look here, this is the title bar. The body element defines the document's body, and it is a container for all visible contents. It is a container for all visible contents. Then h1 element defines a large heading. I will tell you about this h1 and p going on. So this is the page structure. HTML opening you have here, and then closing. You have this head tag where you can have your additional information of your web page, and then you have this body tag what you can display. And next you have editors. These editors are nothing but like something you need to work on your code, right? You need a place to type your code, right? Those are nothing but editors. A simple text editor is all you need to learn HTML. Learn HTML using VS Code. Like I told you how to install, even though if it is not understood, you can go to this theory part. Like you can click onto this. If you do that, it will take you to Visual Studio page for downloading. So you can watch the video from start. As I said, I'll be sharing the recorded video. You can see and follow the steps there, like how to install. So this is what they have done. I will tell you what h1 and p are. So this is how you have to start. Look, this is how the VS Code is looking, right? Like this is how you have to do. So once you do this, you have to write Control S. Look here, I will type something F and I will erase it. Look here, there is like a dot, right? You have to write Control S. Then if you do, that circle will be gone. Only then the file will be saved. You have to save the file before you run it. And next you have save the HTML page, which is Control S. And next you have basic things of HTML. So in this chapter we will be show some basic HTML examples. You already know about doc type, HTML opening and closing tag, body. And now this doc type HTML is for HTML5. You have headings h1 to h6. So here I use this welcome everyone. Now what I'll do, I'll use this tag, this h1. H1 means H stands for heading. Heading. This is head. This is different. H1 means heading. Okay. H1 opening and closing. Now I will write welcome here. Welcome. And now if you go to your web page, and if you see, look how it's going to display welcome. Look, this is h1. Here you have written directly inside the body. Here this text you have used using h1. So these heading tags are from h1 to h6. Okay, this is h1. You have h2. It is just based on the font size, that's it. h3. h4. You have h5. h6. So you have this h1 to h6, which are heading tag. So if you see, look at the font size, how it is going to display. it's in the descending order. This is h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. Sorry for that. Look here, if you write it directly without wrapping with HTML, I mean heading tag, it will look like this. This is the heading tags, like which heading tag if you want to use for your content, you can use. You have h1 to h6. There is no h7. Okay, there is no h7 till only h6. Even if I write here h7 and welcome, look how it is going to display. Look, wait, it will display. Look, h6 is this. h7 means it should be even smaller than this, right? But it is not showing because there is no h7. Then you have paragraph tag. Then you have this paragraph tag, p opening and closing. Here I'll say hi, have a great day. Look how the paragraph tag is going to look. Look here, this is how paragraph tag looks like. So whenever you want to display something in your web page, use h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6 or p tag. Okay, if you do, just if you type the content over there, this is how it is going to look, and see how it is different each other. h1 to h6 and paragraph tag and a tag if you have not used anything. So that is what heading and paragraph, as they are saying here, HTML headings, heading tag are defined with h1 to h6. There is no h7, it lasts at h6. Defines the least important thing. Okay, means it will be shrink. HTML paragraph tag, like you can make it a paragraph out of it to make a content. Paragraph tag opening and closing, this is a paragraph tag. Then you have this links. Links means like if you click onto something, it will take to another page. For example, like if you have any doubts while going through the contents, if you have any doubts in between, you can let me know. I'll stop and I'll explain it again. So link tag means like how you are going to create a link tag. You have to use a tag. This is anchor tag. Okay, anchor tag. A stands for anchor tag. Now here I am going to write today's news. Today's news I'm going to write, and if you go look at the, it will show here today's news, but nothing different here. When you click this, it should take me to a news page. So what I'll do, I'll just go for here Deccan Herald. So I'll copy a link over there. So when I click, I should go directly to that web page. Okay, look here, I will copy this link. Okay, or else I'll go still deeper. I will copy this thing. So now in my web page, what I have created, when I click this, nothing is happening. I will close this. Okay, there is no news tab now for me. I will go here. Here in the anchor tag, I told you about attributes, right? Here you have to write href, and now the link what I have copied, I will paste it here. So when I do this, now if you click today's news, look, now it will turn into blue color. Look, it got a underline. Okay, now if I click this, it will take me to the news page directly. What this anchor tag will do, it will make your content clickable, and when you click, it will take you to the link what you have given. So that is about anchor tags. So when you click this, it will take you to this link. This link can be anything. I have used news. Okay, I have used news. So when I click back, it is going for my web page only. Look what I have created. When I click, look, it's looking in blue color and it is underlined. And you can change this, remove this underline using CSS. So when we start with CSS, you will get to know how to remove this underline thing and how to change the color of it. So this is about anchor tags. you have to use href attribute and you have to assign the link to it. So when you click, it will take to this link. So that is about anchor tag, and we call it as a link. Look here, anchor tag opening and closing, and this is a link. When you click onto this, it will take you to this link. The link destination is specified in the href attribute. Attributes are used to provide additional information about HTML elements. Means when you click this, it will take to that web page. This is the additional information. Then you have this image tag, like how you are going to display image tag. Like I told you before, link is a self-closing tag, right? So like that only, image is also a self-closing tags. img close, self-closing tags. To display the image, let me take an image first. So I'll go and I'll drag and drop an image. Look, now we have this image. I will drag and drop to my folder. So I'll give the name of the image as nature. Nature, and if I open VS Code, there will be a nature file. Look here, there's a nature image. And how to display image? So while you are using in the link tag, you have to use href. For image, you have to use src attribute, src, and inside this you have to give the name of your image. So how to do that? You have to write name of your image. So what is the name of the image? It is nature, right? If you type nat, it will give you nature.image. Now if you save this and open your web page, image will be displayed. Look how the image is displaying. So I'll just remove this anchor tag. I'll let you know about this. So look now, this image you are able to display. This is how you can display an image in your web page. And you have many more attributes. Like if you want to increase the height, like this is the default height of the image. If you want to increase the height, you have to use another attribute inside this height. Look here, the closing tag is here. Remember this. Inside this, whatever you write, those are attributes. Now I'll write here 500 pixel. Now if you see, the height of the image will be increased. Look, this is the attribute to change it. So I'll just give 200. Look, 200. Now the width, look here, the width is here. You can increase the width with width attribute, width, and I'll make it as 500 pixel as well. Look, now the width will also increase. Look, the width has been increased. And you have another attribute in image. Now I did a small look, the image name, it is nature. Suppose I do one mistake here, I will not be writing e. So now look how the image will display now. Look, it is showing like this because you have not given the file name properly. Here the file name is nature and here you have missed an e. Okay, and if there is something wrong with the image in displaying, you can write some text over here using alt tag, alternate, alt. So whenever there is a problem in displaying image, this text will show nature image. So now if you go there, it will show nature image here. Look here, it will show nature image. So whatever the photo that has been not uploaded properly, what is that photo? You can write that photo is nature image, and this will show like this only when there is a problem in uploading the image. If you upload the image properly, nature image won't be shown. It won't show. It will only show, this will be shown only when there is a problem in uploading the image. Any doubts you have over here with the alternate tag? I mean, sorry, alternate attribute. Any confusions?
No, sir.
So going on next. Look, as I said, the source file, source, alt, width and height, these things you can do. So next I'll be talking about elements, HTML elements. An HTML element is defined by a start tag, some content and an end tag. I told you before, right? These tags, opening and closing, this is a h1 element, this is a body element, this is an image element, this is a link element, this is a title element. These are all called nothing but elements, HTML elements. Look, tag name is h1, means there is a tag name, body is a tag name, opening tag, closing tag, and inside the tags what you find, those are called HTML elements. And then you have nested HTML elements. Nested means inside the body you have opening and closing again, right? These are all called nested HTML elements that can be nested. This means that elements contain other elements. So inside the body we have this h1 and opening. So HTML is opening and closing tags. Inside that you have body, opening and closing tag. Inside that you have h1, opening and closing tag. These are all nothing but nested HTML elements. And then you have this break tag. So what is this break tag? So this break tag means having additional line. Okay, look here, there is welcome everyone, hope you are having a great day. I will add a break tag now. Here in between I will add a break tag, br break tag. Now if you see, look, it will break it and will display on the next line. That is nothing but br tag, break tag. This is how it is going to look here, break tag. It will break the line. The HTML with no content are called empty tags. The br tag defines a line break and it is an empty element without a closing tag. Look here, there is no opening and closing. You have to just write br. Okay, br, and it will break it to the next line. HTML is not case sensitive, means whatever the tags here I'm using, right, this can be of capital letters too, but I recommend you guys to always go with the lowercase letters. Okay, but even if you do with uppercase, look, it's a capital P, it is still going to work, but I recommend you guys to always use lowercase. It will be helpful going in the future. Next you have attributes. I told you, right, inside a tag, if you are writing anything, those are called attributes. HTML attributes provide additional information about HTML elements. Okay, head element, additional information about your web page. HTML attributes, additional information about HTML elements. HTML elements can have attributes. Attributes provide additional information about elements, are always specified in the start tag. Look here, in the starting tag only it is there, like it is a self-closing tags, no need to worry about here. But if you want to do anything, look here, these are all called attributes. In the anchor tag I used href, right? Now here I'm going to do one style. Okay, this is a style attribute, style, color, red. So look here, this is an attribute in the opening tag. Style is an attribute to style it. Now if you look, that paragraph will be red in color. Look here, red. So those are all nothing but attributes. You have so many attributes, like if you pursue with the sessions day in day out, right, you will get to know, like you will have even more information about that. The href, look here, this is an attribute, the href attribute. The anchor tag defines a hyperlink. The href attribute specify the URL of the page link goes to. So when you click here, it should go to that page, and that can be done with this href tag. The src and alt attribute, the image tag is used to embed an image with an HTML page. The src attributes specify the path. Look here, the src attributes will give the path, like which file you have to display. And then you have this alt attribute for image tags, alternate text for an image. I told you, right, nature image, alternate text when the file has been not uploaded properly. If there is a spelling mistake or if there is any other reasons for image not uploading, at that point of time this alternate tag will be helpful to explain the user what that image is of. and you have this absolute URL and relative URL. You just don't worry about these things. Like, you start with the basic things. Going on, you will get to know when you are having folder inside a folder. From that folder, you have to take out an image or a file. You have to use absolute path or relative path. So for now, no need to worry this. Like, once when you create multiple web pages, right, then you can worry about it. Then you will have the idea how it works. So I don't want to rush into things. So I think for today this is enough. I want you guys to go through the video what I'll be sharing in about half an hour. Go through that video, install VS Code, create a folder, create a web page, create the structure of this web page, and add logo and add an image to our web page. So whatever you learned today, it will be helpful for tomorrow's session. So in tomorrow's session, I'll be explaining about to style the image, style the web page, like that. So if you know how to create a web page, then you can learn to style. So when I start styling, and if you have not yet created web page, it will be bulk for you to practice. So I'm telling you, whatever I explain day in and day out, you please do practice that at that particular day only. Don't keep it pending. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me with whatever I have explained so far. Any doubts or anything you want to ask? What about rest of the guys? Do you have any doubts, or if you want to anything to ask, you can go ahead and ask me. No doubts? Yeah, except for Pratik, no one responded to my question. Yeah, okay. So I will end the session for today. Like, I don't want to rush into things. Like, you guys might be new for this, right? So if I take more concepts, it will be more headache for you. So I'll just break it down into parts, and you can practice day in and day out. And wherever you got stuck while practicing, please let us know in the group. You take a image of your code where you got stuck and send in the group. We will help you out to resolve it. Apart from that, nothing else. Have a great day. I'll meet you tomorrow. I'll share the video in about like half an hour. Okay, have a great day everyone.